Hello everybody, I'm back, and today I'm going to do another video about BetaFPV here, and I'm going to have to because there's more information I have. I did post a video about BetaFPV's customer service. That's primarily what it was about, and this defective Beta75x. I will put a link to that video in the description so you guys can see that too. If you want to watch that, it's quite lengthy, but I'm hoping this video will be a lot shorter. But anyway, brief rundown. I bought this in January. Since January, I've been trying to get a resolution from BetaFPV about this defective Beta75x, and it still snapped death rolls to the left rear. It doesn't matter what I do to it. It's still doing it. It is not a tuning issue. I've gotten it a little bit better with some tuning, but it's not solved the death roll issue. It's not solved that whatever it's doing. It's definitely a hardware issue in here. It's the ESCs and or flight controller, and probably a motor, because now that I swapped these motors static corner, it kind of does it to the right front as well. But I've got it to the point where I can go fast, just keep it going fast, and with the momentum and the motor spin up and everything, if it does snap, I have a little bit more time to recover from it, but it still violently turns into whatever obstacles are in front of it, tries to hit them. So it's definitely not flyable still yet. It's certainly not enjoyable to fly. It is like nerve-wracking to fly this thing. The only thing that I can see that's good on it, maybe 3 motors, a plug, and the camera, and the VTX, and maybe the receiver's good. I know the receiver's good. But the ESC board and the flight controller board, definitely dead, no good, and maybe this motor here. But anyway, enough of that one. Now, emails, I've been dealing with the emails with them since January, and I gave up in September. I posted that video, and I got the typical runaround I got the runaround, I got the lies, I got the excuses, the fake apologies, I got everything. Once it would get to a point where I sent them information that was useful to them, they ignored me. Once I gave them the results of testing, they ignored me. I don't remember what I put in the previous video off the top of my head, but I did end up sending them information, all the testing that I could possibly find in beta flight. Tested the accelerometers, of course they asked me to do that. I tested the motor direction, I did that. I tested the motor spin-ups, I did that. I did all that stuff, but it's still death rolls. Even with the updated tuning that I got at one point from them, I tried that. And I've gone further with that tuning, trying to tune this out, but it's just not happening. But anyway, I got all that done, and every time once I sent the results, that was the end of it. They ignored me. I resend the results, and still nothing. Resend the emails, I mean, nothing. I got nothing from them. Just right back to square one several times. Oh, you need to check this. Sorry for the late reply. Sorry for the inconvenience. Sorry for the issue you encountered. It's just, no, right back to square one. Test this, test that. We need to have that information. Well, you know what? I got sick of it, so that's why I posted the previous video. But anyway, after that video, I decided, you know what? They do have a Facebook page, and I do have a Facebook account, even though I don't use it. There's nothing on it, but I do have a Facebook account, so why don't I just use it to go and, put a comment up there and see what happens. So I put a comment on BetaFPV's website, BetaFPV's Facebook page, and a few days later, I think it was a few days or a week or something like that, I got a reply. I got a response, and I hadn't checked I never used Facebook, so I didn't go in there and look at it. I went in there and looked at it, and they had replied, sent me a friend request by somebody. So I friended them. I'm like, okay, well, that was this first person here. And, I don't know why, but this will not scroll up to the first couple of messages that were up here. And that was from the initial person, and basically it was just describing the issue to them. It was only a couple of messages. But anyway, from that point, this person, the initial person, forwarded this basic information to this other person here. Okay, so I got this person on here, and got the conversation started there, and this is what I get. Right back to square one again. And the fake apologies, and the sorry for the late reply, sorry for the issue, for the inconvenience, it's all in there, the fake apologies. So it's back to square one. Do this test the motor direction, test the accelerometers, sorry for the inconvenience, blah blah blah. So I reply, and when I click do the reply, I click the reply on that message. I don't just type it down here. I click that reply. So I know they get it. Well, I've got 4 sections of reply here, and each one of them I did click that reply button. So I got them. I know they got at least one, so they would come in here and look at this. So this is basically all the information that I had already sent them before, all the test results, everything's there, and plus my thoughts on what might be going on with this. So after that, I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and nothing. I was ignored. Again, same scenario. After a while, I get this, hi, like, excuse me, what is this hi? This is almost as if they're taunting me. So I'm taking it like with a grain of salt here, but it's almost as if they're taunting me here. They ignored me for all that time, and then they give a hi. What's this? So anyway, I'm just done. At that point, I'm just done. I'm fed up. I'm finished with it. So I reply, and I tell them I'm going to post a video. Forget it. I'm done. I'm done. Forget it. Posting a video, telling everybody what you're doing, showing everybody what you're doing. So, oh, you bet I got a reply after I said I'm posting a video. Then what the reply is, they contacted me on Facebook, and they were willing to help resolve this issue, and quote, while I didn't receive any responses from your side. Quote, didn't receive any responses from your side. That's what they're saying. No responses, huh? Then what do you call the messages and information I sent? Well, here's messages, information, responses right here. Once again, plus all the emails. My gosh, I mean, the emails I sent. So anyway, they're making excuses, you know, and what they want me to do is to return this to them. They want me to pay for shipping, return this to them, and then they'll investigate this and see what's wrong with it. And then they'll send me another product. No. I would have to be completely and utterly non-functional in the head to trust them for me to send this back first and then them send me another product. My brain would have to be completely non-functional for me to fall for that. I know it would happen, especially since January, and this is October, that they have been giving me the runaround and lying to me and making excuses and ignoring me about this whole issue. I would have to be completely brain dead to fall for that. Send this back first, and then they'll send me another product. I don't think so. The only way this will work is if they send me a working product first, and I make sure it works. And once it's working, then I'd be happy to send this back. But not until I have a working product, because I'm not going to sit here with nothing. At least right now, what I have is a frame, some LEDs, some props, a camera and VTX, and a receiver that actually work. The ESCs and the flight controller, I'm not so sure about. I don't know which one of them is bad. And maybe a motor has an issue, but it might be something stupid simple that I could possibly fix, but I don't know for sure. But even if I had to buy a new flight controller and ESCs, if I get an all-in-one board, and then, you know, 30 bucks or 40 bucks, whatever, 50 bucks for a cheap one, and then just maybe a cheap set of motors, I'd be able to use this for something. But I'm not sending this back first. There's no way. But anyway, that's what they want me to do. Send this, pay for shipping, send it back first. They'll investigate, and then they'll send me a working product. I don't think so. There's no way I could trust them after what they've been doing. So here is again, I'm responding to like all this, and you want me to, no. You want me to do this? No. I'm telling them no. I'm posting the dang video. Then it's again, sincerely sorry for the late reply. My God, how many fake apologies can one person listen to? do they think that repeating this fake apology is going to convince me that they're truly sorry or sincerely sorry? They think repeating it's going to make me believe it? No. I'm not some gullible person that's going to fall into a cult here. You know, it's like, no, I don't think so. They'll investigate the reason why we ignored your emails for so long. Well, you know what? I got news for you. This guy goes by Anthony. And this is the very same Anthony that was in my emails that I was dealing with. The very same person. So what is he going to investigate? What is he going to do? Do a look in the mirror and say, why did I ignore his emails? I don't know. Maybe just because I'm a jackass? Maybe? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what he's going to do about investigating why I ignored my emails for so long? But that is the same person, Anthony. He goes by Anthony. And it's up in the top here. So I'm like, you know, they're like, give me a chance, no. So I just, you know, it's amazing how quickly they wanted to do something, but still it's not something that's acceptable by me sending this back first. There's just no way that's acceptable. So, so then there's right below this. This is what gets me. There's a message right here that's been removed by them. What was in that message? I would really like to know what was in that message more. Let's see. No, it just has a remove there. It doesn't say anything else. But I would really like to know. That was Friday at 1:25 a.m. my time. Removed Friday 1:26 a.m. So that makes you think. Was he being a jackass? Was he being obnoxious? Was he calling me names? What was he doing? Why did he just remove a message like that? I don't know. It's possible. Not to say it is, because I don't know what it said, but it's possible. So anyway, so now he's saying, oh, I think there's a misunderstanding between us. There's no misunderstanding here. I understand just perfectly what you guys are up to. This is 9 months of this, 10 months now. So all this begging and pleading kind of thing, you know, email system problems, and, you know, that's what they're claiming, email system problems, and what else? Let's see. Here's another. Extremely sorry about all the trouble we brought you. Please accept our sincere apology. I don't know how many times. No, you know what? I'm not gullible. So let's see. Where is? They say they reply when they get the emails, but you know. But when I check our email record, I found that I sent you an email and then I have not got the reply. Okay. Yeah, but you also said you didn't get this either. If you guys got that much trouble with your systems, you need to get new systems. But anyway, let's see. Blaming it on the email system, and sorry for the inconvenience again. I hope we can get your understanding. No. No, they still want me to send this back, and you know, it's not going to happen. I'm sending it back. I don't have a problem sending it back, but I want a working product first. I'm not going to trust them to send this back first. No way. No way. But anyway, basically, here you go. Once again, more proof that BetaFPV is just a big con artist group of people, bunch of con artists, scam company. They don't care. And you know, here's one thing I got to say about this. I think what happened here, because there are a lot of complaints about these 75Xs and the fact that they didn't want to fly right out of the box. There were, you know, problems with them and all this other stuff. There's a lot of complaints out there, and I've done my homework on this. It's kind of hard to find some of it, but there's a lot out there on these complaints about BetaFPV's customer service. I'm not the only one. There's more out there. So what I think happened here is they couldn't figure out how to do this right, and if they did, they had a bad run of these. They had a bad manufacturing run of these, and instead of just eating the cost and redoing the run, they actually sent these out on the market and let the customers take the hit. And they don't want to replace any of them. They don't want to refund any of them. They don't want to do anything to make the issue right with the customers. So that's what I think has happened. They had a bad run of these, or they just didn't know what they were doing, and they just want the customers to eat the cost, eat the money up. So that's what happened. I'm almost positive that's what's going on with this situation. So anyway, All right, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant. This is the last time I'm going to say anything about BetaFPV. Just well, this is the last video I'm going to do on them, but there may be brief mentions here and there just to remind people. But let's put it this way. You'd be better off taking your money, running it through a shredder, dousing it in gasoline and lighting it up and watching it burn. You'd get more enjoyment out of that than buying a BetaFPV product. Because what are you going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? As for the BetaFPV product, I have a camera, VTX, receiver, plug, maybe the motors, if I can make this, find out what might be wrong with this and if I can fix it, and a frame. That's it. But the most expensive parts in here, the flight controller and the ESCs, apparently there's something wrong with one or both of those. So there's nothing I can use. Nothing there I can use. I'd still be spending $70 bucks, $100, maybe 50 if I get a cheap all-in-one, really cheap all-in-one that might work. But still, I'm out all that money. Regardless, I'm paying for it again to fix something that should have worked in the first place and should have been replaced because it was defective to begin with. So anyway, there it is, guys. Let everybody know about this. Embed this video some other places. I leave that on. People can embed my videos somewhere. Let everybody know about this. Warn people. I've actually decided that this is my focus on my channel. I'm going to be an advocate and speak out about these companies doing this kind of stuff to people. I'm not being sponsored by anybody. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have any of that stuff. I'm doing this all out of my own pocket, and believe me, I am not some little rich kid. I'm certainly not. I have very minimal funds to do this with, and I get what I can when I can. That's all there is to it. But that way I'm not obligated to give good reviews on bad products or anything too. So it's all me, consumer, period. No association with anybody whatsoever. No affiliation with anyone, and I don't have to, lie to you guys about anything. But here's all the proof. I got all this stuff is copied. I have copies of all this and the emails in a safe place, so if they ever try to dispute any of this, what I'm saying, it's all right here. It's all here. There's no question about it. Just time frames will prove that they're ignoring you. If they don't respond to you in 3 months, 4 months, then you know they're ignoring you, especially when you've sent email after email after email. There's no excuses for that. So I have all the proof right there. They can't dispute it. It's in black and white and highlighted in blue in some of it. Yeah. So there you go, guys. Let everybody know. Don't waste your money on BetaFPV. Honestly, don't. I would rather see you guys spend money on something else, even if it does cost a little bit more, so you could actually fly it. You could actually get something out of it, get some enjoyment out of it. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, like, dislike, comment, whatever you want to do. And we will catch you on the next one.